And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a surprise emergency CobraCast. I'm not even supposed to be here today, and I'm just chilling. I had just uploaded a video. The video's doing incredible. It's got like 50,000 views in less than 2 hours. That's like the best. That's the best tracking I've had on this channel in a long time. So I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. I got a great video. I'm gaining subs. I'm going to take it easy tonight. I'm just going to chill. And somebody, whoever in my Discord did it, whoever it was, somebody tagged me and they said, Tim pulled his show again. And I'm like, what? TimCast, he pulled his show again? I don't know. I don't know what happened, but Tim is not stupid. Tim is a very, very smart individual, and he's also manipulative as hell. So right now, like, I'll show you this right now. I'll just go ahead and show you something. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, just so you can see, okay? Just so you could see, all right? So right here, if you look, let me go to this right here. If I can do that. Right now, if you look at my analytics for my most recent video, easily the best performing video I've had. All right, look at this. All right, so desktop mode right here. These are the analytics for the video that I just uploaded about Texas. All right. The analytics, what does it say right there? It says views are 17 times higher than usual. More regular viewers are choosing to watch it. That is because the Texas story is algorithm gold right now. I uploaded this video less than 2 hours ago. I've already gained 200 new subscribers and it's got 60,000 views. That is like Gary from Nerdrotic numbers, okay? So what happens here is the last time Tim did this, there was something else. There was another big story going on. I can't remember what it was. Something to do with Trump, I think. And he's driving people to his website. He's not stupid, and I don't hate him for it, by the way, okay? I don't hate him for it, all right? I don't hate him at all for it. He's smart as hell. But don't act like that's not what you're doing. Just admit to the grift. That's all you have to do is admit to the grift. That's it. Oh, yeah, the Epstein list. That's what it was, the Epstein list. And suddenly this massive thing where you know you're going to get people like, oh, man, I got to go to TimCast and sign up. Again, not a bad idea, okay? I respect the grift, but that's what's going on. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm here, and you don't have to give me a dime, and we're going to have a damn good show, okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy D-Day Cobra, and I'm happy to see all of you here tonight. This is the single most important show on the internet with 199 in the name. The most viewers, the most super chats, the most members, and unlike TimCast IRL, we never shut our chat down for members only because almost everybody's already a damn member, okay? We don't run from what people are saying, okay? You want to spam shit in my chat, as long as you're not like, if you want to come in my chat because you're mad because something happened, spam, okay? Fuck it. I don't care. That's how we roll here, because you know what the chat's going to do? They're going to re-spam. They're going to spam gifted memberships. They're going to spam super chats. They're going to spam 199. We're here to have a party, okay? We're here to have a party. It's that simple. I know my mods are screaming at me right now. They're like, Jeremy, why are you telling them to spam? What the hell is wrong with you? Sorry, mods. I apologize. The point being is that it's the fucking internet, and we have to let things roll. And with Tim Pool being as big and prominent as his show is, you don't shut the chat down because they're asking you questions about Jack the Cuck Murphy or Eliza the Whore Blue, okay? It's really not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. The guy has 50,000 people watching his stream, and because people are in his chat screaming at him about a couple of weirdos that were on his show, he cries and shuts it down. It's absolutely ridiculous. Look at this chat go crazy. This is insanity, and I love it. So I guess we're going to have to do 5 days a week CobraCast. I guess that's just what we're going to have to do. All right? So anyway, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on these days. And again, my Texas video, I talked about it. Let me show this because Phil Labonte, we follow each other on Twitter, but this is Tim's video. So does anyone have any insight as to what exactly happened? Did a guest say something and I guess he panicked and took it down? Bro, I accidentally dropped the N-bomb on my show a few weeks ago. I didn't edit it out. I didn't apologize. I was like, you know what? I thought I was in traffic. I'm sorry. You know, in reality, I just messed up the word, but whatever. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not worried about people unsubscribing to me. It doesn't matter. People make mistakes. Shit happens. So something to do with a helicopter? What's up with that? Well, I mean, again, and look, man, I get it. I get Tim's got a massive show. You know what I mean? Tim has a massive show, and he knows that YouTube has their eye on him. So, you know, it is what it is. But why aren't you on Rumble if that's the case? Why aren't you on Rumble? Why don't you have a show on Rumble if you understand that YouTube has you under the microscope? Let's see. Throwing cartel members out of a helicopter. Jesse Kelly said, go ahead and throw. That's it? That's it? That's all that was said? Are you kidding me? Holy shit, man. I mean, all you got to do, all you have to do is if something is said, you roll with it, and then you can edit that out afterwards. That's all you have to do. This is not a big deal. This is not a big deal. And again, if you are, it kind of goes back to the Ben Shapiro bullshit, okay? It goes back to I don't care if you have a stance on something or if you are operating in a certain way, all right? Tim Pool is highly successful, massively successful. I don't want to see anything happen to his show. I think he's earned the audience he's gotten. He puts on a fantastic show, and the best compliment I can give him, and I do truly mean it as a compliment, is he's the worst part of his show. And what I mean by that is he's built an incredible show. He's built an incredible team of people, and he is the worst part of his show. But that's a testament to his show. It's a testament to what he's built. And it also does mean he's not a very entertaining guy. He's just a dull individual in terms of he doesn't have any charisma. You know what I mean? It's just the truth. But he's done a great job of building a great show. And so anyway, my point being is it goes back to the Ben Shapiro argument. Ben Shapiro lost his mind over the Israel situation, understandably so. It's clearly a very important topic to him. And that was his line in the sand. This is the most important issue to me. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Great. That's awesome. Why are you against Trump then? Did Israel have problems when Trump was in office? If that's your number one issue, why are you against Trump? Makes no sense. Well, Tim, if you're so worried about YouTube, why aren't you on Rumble? If you're so interested in the message getting out there and the civil war and the culture war, why aren't you supporting Rumble publicly? I know you work with them privately and they house your stuff on your website. Why don't you have a Rumble channel that's public? So when something like this happens, people can go over there. I'm live on Rumble right now. I'm live on Rumble right now. Every time I turn on the camera, I try to be live on Rumble. So anyway, with that said, it is what it is. As much as I would love to continue to sit here and complain about Tim the whole time, people want a show tonight. That's what they're here for. So we're going to put on a show. I was not prepared to be live, but it doesn't matter. We are here, we're live, and we have 5,000 people watching, because I don't think you need to go to a website and pay money to watch what is usually a free show on YouTube. So hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I appreciate all of you being here. The chat is going crazy already. And there's a lot to talk about. I think the most prominent thing to talk about, obviously, is Texas and what's going on right there. And I think the thing we should do is pull up this the video that I put Drew Hernandez, my good friend Drew Hernandez. I should get Drew on. I haven't even talked to Drew in a while, but I should get him on. But this right here, the line in the sand has been drawn right here. And this right here kind of puts it into perspective. This is insanity right here. But we have now, and it might be an update, but 25 states are standing with Texas, the great state of Texas, and Governor Abbott trying to stand for our border, making sure that our country does not fall apart, even though the Democrats want our country to fall apart. I am a little worried at the timing of this, as I said in my video, but listen to this clip right here.
Well, as it stands right now, you might be able to make out behind me, Texas's razor wire is still here inside of Shelby Park. It remains untouched. However, the Biden administration has now warned Texas it has until tomorrow to allow Biden's border agents back into Shelby Park and the ability to remove Texas's razor wire as it sees fit. A federal attorney writes to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Biden administration, ending a temporary restraining order that prohibited Biden's border agents from touching Texas razor wire in and around Shelby Park. The Biden administration goes into detail about the access it wants. It wants access to Shelby Park, also the nearby boat launch and the international bridge.
I am so worried about what we are seeing right now. And I see you, Willie Will. I see you dropping 50 gifted memberships, and this chat is going crazy. I see you. I see you. And that is awesome. So I appreciate it. But I'm worried, man. There's just so much to process with this Texas situation. You are unifying all conservatives, all red states. You're unifying the United States of America in a lot of ways, because there's also a lot of liberals and left-wingers that are sick and tired of this nonsense as well, okay? So what the fuck is going on? There's got to be something more at play. Now, I have said many times, Joe Biden is, I don't think that Joe Biden is going to be the Democratic nominee when we get to the 2024 general election. I don't. I hope and I pray that I am wrong. I have never wanted to be wrong about anything more than I want to be wrong about this, but I've been saying this for over a year. I don't think that they can sell Joe Biden as the candidate anymore. I don't think so. And that worries me big time. So who will be the replacement? It's either going to be Gavin Newsom, or it's going to be someone far more manly than Gavin Newsom, Big Mike. Those are the two names that seem to be at the top of the list. It's either going to be Big Mike or it's going to be Gavin Newsom. All right? And I don't know what the plan is here. I have no idea. And that's what worries me. The unification right now of America is crazy, because we are seeing unification maybe like we haven't seen before. Let me show you its end wokeness. And I see the quartering is making some of the same comments that I am about TimCast right now. Let me show you the quartering tweet really quick. Right here. Here's the quartering. You know, if TimCast was live on Rumble, they wouldn't have to worry about shutting down the show and deleting the video midstream when a guest said something too spicy. I mean, just as a backup, of course. Exactly. Quartering. Shout out to my good friend, the Quartering, by the way. Coffee brand coffee in the house. But yeah, man, like that's exactly what I've been trying to say about this whole situation. Look, man, look, at the end of the day, I care about one thing and one thing only. I care about getting President Trump back in office. That's all I care about. I don't care how much, like, do I want to make money? Spoiler alert, yes, I want to make money. I made a business to make money, all right? But I'm just a low tier YouTuber and I have a great life, all right? In terms of the fact that I have a bunch of people following me and that will support me, and I can turn the camera on and have a few thousand people watch me at any given time, no matter what I do, whether I'm talking politics, video games, movies, whatever. I have it made for me and my life and my company. We're good. This country ain't good. This country ain't good at all. And while I don't have near the influence that Tim Pool does, and it's not even close, I think that what I'm doing is important. I think what you're doing is important. I think what each and every person is doing right now is important to try and take the power away from these commie bastards right now. That what we are seeing right now is downright scary. And Tim having the audience he has right now, it's about getting as many eyes on what he is doing as possible. He could help Rumble grow. He could help tip the scales, but he just wants to build his own website. The guy's already a multimillionaire. Like, does he really care about the cause? It doesn't seem like he does. And that's fine if you don't, but don't pretend like you do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And it's really, that's what the annoying part of this whole situation right now. But back to the topic at hand. Right here, we have it. There we go. 25 Republican governors just signed a joint letter in support of the Texas resistance. And I think you're going to see even more. You're going to see even more. And this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible that we are seeing the unification of the United States of America right before our very eyes. And here we are. We're in January. We're late January, moving into February. The general election is in November. If you don't think that they have something planned, you have not been paying attention. The question is, what do they have planned? And I don't know the answer. I'm terrified of the answer. We watched them shut the entire world down. And they got what they wanted. They got exactly what they wanted. What are they going to do this time? I don't think they can pull the COVID bullshit again. They can't have everybody mask up again. And you look at that map right there, everybody is fed up. But what is the plan? What is the Hail Mary? What do they have planned? We know that they're going to try to continue to derail Trump every step of the way, which Donald Trump had a pretty incredible True Social post. Let me pull that up really quick. And I like the language of that True Social post as well, because it's really, really good. I mean, he does not mince any words in that True Social post. I read that in my video, but we will talk about it here once again. I think this is it. No, I'm over on ALX's Twitter. Here we go right here. President Trump does not mess around. When I was president, we had the most secure border in history. Joe Biden has surrendered our border and is aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal migrants into the United States. Now, for those that are just tuning in, just to be clear, I'm not someone that has ever rode the fence on my support of President Trump, like a lot of people. I have never wavered in my support of President Trump. Do I think that President Trump has had some mistakes along the way? Absolutely. Do I think there's some valid criticisms of President Trump? Absolutely. Do I think he's the greatest president of my lifetime? Absolutely. Do I think anyone could do what he has done? Not a chance in hell. And at no point, and I'm from the state of Florida, and I was a huge fan of Ron DeSantis as the governor of Florida. I was a huge fan of him. And when Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump started to have their differences, and I even said this when I was still pro DeSantis. And by the way, I've had more contact with the DeSantis campaign than I have the Trump campaign. I don't have any contact with the Trump campaign. I don't need any contact with them. I don't want any contact with them. I just want President Trump back in office. So unlike Dave Rubin, I keep calling him Gay Rubin for some weird reason. Don't know why. Anyway, Dave Rubin, unlike him, who wants to go take his fake pictures at Mar-a-Lago and pretend that he's with the cool crowd, who doesn't actually support President Trump and he wants to pretend like he has so he can get social media attention for it. Go fuck yourself. I would say go fuck yourself, but your boyfriend already does. So whatever. Either way, I don't care about the clout that comes with this. I don't need to go to Mar-a-Lago. I don't need to take pictures with President Trump. I just care about the country getting back on track, because the identity politics bullshit has lost. Dude, Kamala Harris is a Joe Biden heartbeat away from being the most powerful person in the world. I've seen a lot of horror movies in my lifetime, okay? I've never seen a movie that scary. Kamala Harris. Let me repeat what I just said so for the people in the back, you can hear it. Kamala Harris is a Joe Biden heartbeat away from being the most powerful person in the world. Okay? If House of Cards taught us anything, it's the second you put a woman in power, everything gets fucked up. Because that final season was a complete and total disaster. House of Cards was one of the best shows I've ever seen until, of course, you know, Pedo Spacey, I was going to call him Kevin Spacey. It was actually Pedo Spacey. Was actually fired from the show, deservedly so in a lot of ways. But then they had that final season, and that's kind of the equivalent. Like, the things can get much worse. And if Kamala Harris is quote unquote the most powerful person in the world, which we all know she wouldn't actually be in power, that's a terrifying situation. She may just cackle her way over and start just firing missiles to, countries and, just pulling executive orders and laughing and cackling the whole time, all while she's doing her cringy dance moves. Yeah, a Joe Biden heartbeat away. Anyway, point being is that I've never wavered on my support of President Trump, and I never will. He is the greatest president of my lifetime. A lot of people played the optics game when it looked like DeSantis might have been polling similar to Trump. They're like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to sit back and wait. Okay, look, at this point in time, in 2024, or even going back to 2023, no person that has ever followed politics consistently needed to wait to make their mind up in 2023 on President Trump. Nobody. It's a terrible bad faith argument. If you are sitting there going, yeah, I'm just going to sit back and, I need to really assess this Trump guy a little more. I need to really understand what he's all about. No, you don't. Every single person on the planet knows everything they need to know about Donald Trump. In 2023, you don't need to know if I'm a little on the fence on this Trump guy. That is a bullshit argument. You either love him or hate him, or maybe you're just willing to put up with him. But there ain't no, I need to get a little more info on the Trump guy. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. Anyway, it says right here that Biden is unbelievably fighting to tie the hands of Governor Abbott and the state of Texas so that the invasion continues unchecked. In the face of national security, public safety, and a public catastrophe, Texas has rightfully invoked the invasion clause of the Constitution and must be given full support to repeal the invasion. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Page 2. This is vintage Donald Trump right here. This is vintage. Oh, I love this so much. We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent the entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. All Americans should support the common sense measures by the Texas authorities to protect the safety, security, and the sovereignty of Texas and of the American people. When I am president on day one, instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand with Governor Abbott and other border states to stop the invasion, seal the border, and rapidly begin the largest domestic deportation operation in history. Those Biden has let in should not get comfortable because they will be going home. Let's freaking go. 6'3", 215 pounds, no body fat, President Trump. The man could be the UFC champion, but instead, he is fighting for America right there. Swig of water to the working man and to President Trump. That is an amazing comment right there. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I appreciate you guys being here. 8,000 strong. Second biggest audience we have ever had here on this channel. Definitely taking full advantage of TimCast IRL being down. Definitely work that into the algorithm. And I have no, let's just be clear. Like, am I grifting off of Tim Pool because he's bigger and more influential than me? 1,000%. 1,000%. You're not going to hear me hide or act like that ain't the case at all. But yeah, man, we do this show because it started out as a meme on Tim Pool, honestly, and then I decided I was kind of memeing on Tim too hard, and I was making the focus about Tim, and I never wanted this show to be a Tim Pool hate show. I have genuine disagreements with him, but I have nothing against him on a personal level. I think that he, as an influential figure, could do a better job of recognizing the platform he has and the power he has, and shutting down his chat felt like a very mainstream media move and a very legacy media move all those months ago when that happened. And I'm all about fans. I'm all about the viewers. I'm all about people's voices being heard. It really doesn't matter what they're saying. Obviously, you got to keep that in context, and you've got to keep that within reason. And that's why we have a no spamming rule. But like, people were legitimately just like, yo, let's talk about Jack Murphy. Why don't you talk about Eliza Blue? And here we are. I created a show based off a meme on Tim Pool, and then we evolved it into being a legitimate show where we cover a lot of things going on in politics. I am also the creator and the owner of geeksandgamers.com, which is our bigger channel we have is Geeks and Gamers, where we cover a lot of the Hollywood and entertainment stuff like that. So if you're interested in all that, you can check us out there. If you just want to hear me talk about all this stuff, then you can do that too. But right now, our country is in serious shape. Oh, look. All right, I got to, here, hang on. I got to show you this right here. This is what it was all about. Like I said, this is what it was all about. Look at here. Oh, look at here. All right, here we go. When I take a show off YouTube and move it to TimCast.com, it is because something was said that no platform allows, Rumble or X as well. Simulcasting doesn't solve the problem. However, we are working on a buffer dump button in the new studio. Bro, come on, man. Does anybody really believe this? Does anybody really believe this? Like, come on. This is insane. This is insane. Do not treat your audience like they are stupid. This is mainstream tactics right here. This is bullshit. This is respect the audience. The reason Tim Pool has what he has is because the audience gave it to him. And you always remember the audience. You do not talk down to the audience. You do not treat them like they are stupid. They made you a fucking millionaire. They made you a fucking millionaire by sitting around and talking, looking like you do, looking like I do. We're nothing special. We're just dumbasses on the internet that are blessed to have an amazing audience that gives us the opportunities we have. Do not talk down to the audience. Do not disrespect the audience. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fuck up. And all we need to do is own it and be real about it. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you're watching me for perfection, guess what? I'm going to let you down. I'm going to make mistakes. If you've ever watched me and my brothers and sisters on Friday Night Tights over on Nerdrotic's channel, he's about to hit 1 million subs. If you've ever watched us over there, you realize we have no idea what we're doing, okay? We are really bad at what we do, but at least we own it. This comment right here is bullshit. 1,000% bullshit. Let's see. All right, so tell me again. So the chat is moving very fast right now. Okay, so someone said that the cartel or child traffickers or something needs to be thrown out of a helicopter. That was it, right? That's it. That's all it was. Please tell me there's something more that I'm missing. Like, is that it? So I'm seeing some no's and some yeses. Let's see. Yes, that's it. That's it. I'm buffering. Am I buffering? My signal looks good. Let's see. So he said to like get rid of child traffickers just in a little bit better, like in a little more aggressive way. That's it. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Like, okay. I think most of you know this, okay? Most of you know this. I'm on a show, Friday Night Tights, and we had a guest literally stand up and pull his junk out on live stream in front of 17,000 people. All right? 17,000 people were watching, and Gavin McGinnis stood up and pulled his dick out and peed live. Gary didn't panic. The crew were kind of like, what the fuck? What happened? How did this happen? We finished the show. As soon as the show was over, Gary privated the stream for just a few minutes, went back and edited it out, re-upload, put the stream back up, and all is good. You know? So this is oh man. This is just I don't know, man. Whatever, man. Tim has his show because he's good at what he does. So I'm not here to tell the guy what to do. I'm just here to say, for the audience that you disrespect, I will take them in. Okay? I don't have the guest. I don't have the money. I don't have the influence or the power. But what I do have is respect for the audience. That's all I can offer, and I will continue to do just that. So that's what we're going to do here. All right. So 9,000 people are watching. Incredible. Thank you so much. We got gifted memberships flying. Kevin just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Will dropped 50 gifted memberships. I don't know if many of you know this, but we have one of the most, you know what? I'll fucking drop 50 memberships right now. I'll do it. I'm dropping 50 gifted memberships too. Stand by, chat. Stand by. I'm dropping it too. All right. We have one of the best chat. We had the most generous chat on the internet. And so here you go. I'm dropping 50 gifted memberships as well. There we go. Bam. There's 50 more gifted memberships right there. Have at it. Have fun. Look at the chat going crazy, baby. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Okay. So with all that said, there's still a lot to talk about, peeps. Okay. There's still a lot to talk about. And I see there's a ton of super chats. Guess what? We are not stopping tonight. All super chats are going to be read. All gifted members. That's another difference between me and Tim. I read all the super chats, and we try to respect everybody. You know, whether you're giving $1, whether you're giving $5, whether you're giving 100 or 200 or 500, we are here to respect the audience, and that's all that matters. All right, let me go over again. I was not prepared to go live. All right, I was not prepared. I had no plans on going live, but here we are. We are live, and we're going to do exactly what we need to do to keep this audience entertained, so you'll have something to watch. Jeremy wears a cap, not a beanie. Did we just get more gifted memberships? You guys are insane tonight. Unbelievable. Let me read a few super chats while we're waiting. Oh my gosh. Kevin dropped $200. A $200 super chat. And says, for the dump button, wait, is this spam? Am I a spammer now? Brother, you can spam all night with the gifted memberships and the super chats. We don't mind at all. Hayden Wayne for 50 says, Tim explained on the website again. Jesse said people should be deleted. Tim killed the show because of TOS. Just so people know what's going on. Hail chat. So isn't tomorrow the deadline set by Biden for Texas to stand down? Things could get wild. Absolutely. Things are going to get very, very, very wild. And again, why not just start the show back up? You know what I mean? Like that's the other question. Why not just, okay, so let's, for argument's sake, let's go with Tim's bullshit excuse. Someone on the show said something that shouldn't be said. We need to take the video down. We need to kill the live stream. Okay, that's fair. Why not start the stream back up? Why not just start the stream back up? How does that hurt anything? Why not just start the stream back up? I know. Hayden Wayne for 50 says Biden could try to seize control of National Guard, claiming Abbott is committing treason by denying orders from the federal government. Abbott could claim rightfully that Biden is committing treason by allowing the crisis. Then what? We are danger close. We are seriously like, let's because I know it's a meme that Tim has kind of been saying that we're in a civil war or civil war is going to be happening. I mean, I've said we're already in a civil war, and I've been saying that from the perspective of President Trump. President Trump has been arrested 4 times, indicted 4 times. They raided Mar-a-Lago. They have put the January 6th people in prison. They put Owen Schroyer in prison. They are locking people up for words. Alex Jones. They have tried to unperson Alex Jones. They have tried to destroy Alex Jones, and he has still stood through all of it. We are in a civil war. It just ain't the civil war that you think, but we are certainly in a civil war. And now with this, with Texas, and now the rebellion standing with the Lone Star State, it could get very, very ugly. Now you've got President Trump calling for everyone to rally around, all red states to rally around. Again, tomorrow, the deadline, it could get very wild. Jenna Hughes for a proper 199. Holy crap, Jenna Hughes. $199, a proper 199. F the headline. We don't need TimCast. We got Jeremy Osteen and the Snake Pit. Jeremy Osteen's feeling the love tonight from the chat. Jeremy Osteen gives you a big wamin. Thank you all for being here. So many people that have never watched me are like, what the hell is that? The hell is that? Willie Will, 50 gifted memberships. Thank you, Willie Will. We've already got 240 new members tonight. This is crazy. You guys are insane. I don't know how I'm going to read all of this. This is insanity. Malarkey says, Tim pulled that feed. Guest was, first amending a little too hard for Tim's tones. Yeah, I mean, again, none of it makes sense, man. Like, okay, guy says something you don't like. Ooh, we probably shouldn't have said that. Who am I to tell Tim Pool how to do a show? But if we're being honest, here's what happens, okay? You have a guest on the show. Guest says something bad. Whoa. Hey, mute his mic. Okay, first of all, let me say something right now. Our show does not support the language that was just used. We are apologizing for that. We do not stand by that. We do not stand for violence. We do not stand for calls for violence. I want to put that clarification out there. If that happens again, the guest is going to be removed. Now, after this show is over, we will have to take this stream and private it for a short period of time just so we can correct so we can edit that portion out. But we do not support the claims that were just made on this show. That's it. That's all you got to do. I mean, there you go. And you got 50,000 people that are still watching. I know, weird, but hey, it's just me. What do I know? I'm an idiot, okay? I'm an idiot. So, okay, we have, I'm What's Wrong with the World for 20. I'm done with Tim Pool. No disrespect to us plebs, just unsubbed from him and subbed to D-Day Cobra. Thank you, Cobra. All of y'all are awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Again, I would never, ever encourage anybody to unsubscribe from anybody on YouTube. I would never do that. And I'm saying that genuinely. Like, I feel like the YouTube world is big enough for everybody to succeed, and that includes each and every one of you that are in the audience right now. Like, just less than 5 years, or a little over 5 years ago now, I was just a guy watching YouTube. Just a guy watching YouTube. You know, working retail, watching YouTube. I'd created my company, but I didn't really have a big following with it or anything, and I just had a day job, and I was watching YouTube, and now here I am in front of thousands of people. And, all these channels, it's an amazing thing. But you in the chat, you have the ability to do this too. And I would love to see, like, how many people have I gotten to know that have grown their channels and built their following and things like that. We all have a voice. Start using it. If you're interested, use it. Turn the camera on and use your voice. You never know what's going to happen until you try. But you certainly know that you're not going to succeed if you don't try. So if you're interested, go for it, man. That's what it's all about. Legalize adulthood. Maybe this is Tim's new formula for generating excitement. Collude with a guest to say something spicy, then have them yank the stream and funnel everyone into his members-only site. 45 is his new 47, baby. Hell yeah. I mean, I could see that. And again, it's not about the fact that it happened. It's about the way that it happens after the fact. Like, why are you not starting the show back up after you've corrected the issue? I don't understand that. You know, it just, again, it really comes back to respecting the audience. If you respect the audience, that's all that really matters. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Get Woke, Go Broke just dropped 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Get Woke, Go Broke. I appreciate it. You know, I want to hear what my boy Young Rippa has to say about what's going on in Texas. Young Rippa has a video, and he is from Texas. I want to hear what Young Rippa's got to say. So let's check this out. Young Rippa, Texas versus Feds, why it's good.
Asked me to speak about it, and I actually have. It's just been with some of the programming over at The Blaze, but let's do it for my channel. I'm intrigued by it for various reasons, not just because of where I'm at politically, if you want to say that, but also I'm in Texas. So to catch you guys up to speed, as you know, there's been some things that have been going down at the border, right? And the whole spiel, if you want to call it that, is due to Texas not feeling like the federal government is doing their job, and they're going to have to take things into their own hands with regards to what's happening with the border and immigration. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the constitutionality and legal There's plenty of guys giving their perspective on this. I just want to talk about the political philosophy of it all. Okay. And I guess I'll start by saying, yes, this is good. And I'm going to explain why here in a bit, but let's just talk about what's happening. Okay. Yes, I'm an anarcho-capitalist. Yes, I'm a libertarian, but I'm not an idiot. And I'm for sure not let's say this. I understand reality. I understand practicality, and I will never allow my political philosophy and the end game and what I advocate get in the way of what's actually taking place, especially in terms of how we get to going in that direction, building a more free or more prosperous society. Okay.
And that's kind of what feels like we're at the first step to that is, we are working towards building that. If you guys don't know, Eric July is a friend of mine. He's a creator of the Rippaverse. If you have not checked out the Rippaverse, you should. But you know, me and Eric, like, I don't even know if we've actually, like, we definitely disagree on specific things politically for sure. Obviously. But when it gets down to like the real details of it, I don't think we've ever gotten that far into a discussion. But the overall landscape of things, we probably see eye to eye more than we differ.
Your set of ethics, or not even morals, is more principles. You'll find out really quick how the world does not reward often the most principled of the people. Okay. So these are the cards that were dealt with. With regard to borders, or any border for that matter, and the great Hans Hermann Hoppe has talked about this in great detail. When the government has monopolized the land, in this case it's the federal government, they have said that that is theirs, okay? And I'm referring to the border. So whatever you're dealing with, in and out, it has to go through them. They are the ones that set the rules. So as long as that is to be the case, there will always be injustices on either side. Just the reality. The best case scenario is that you mitigate that, try to limit that, especially to the ones that are being stolen from, to subsidize whatever the hell is going on there. Okay. Now, the federal government has said, well, this is ours. Okay. And the problem with that is that you got a bunch of idiots out there in Washington. And yes, they have their people deployed all throughout the nation, okay? But what happens is that decision and what's happening there, they're so far removed from it, but it also has to go through them, okay? So while Texas is better suited to deal with Texas problems, they unfortunately have to go through, and it's not just with this issue of immigration, they have to go through the federal government. This is
that was one of my big problems with it. I mean, it kind of comes back to where, and he's going to talk about this probably because he talks about this a lot, but he talks about like decentralization and things like that. Like, I can even take it from my perspective, and I for spoilers, I used to work retail, and I was in management and retail, and I'm sitting there in the store, like trying to make decisions because I work with the customers every single day. I know what the customers, liked. I know what their shopping habits were. I had a personal relationship with many of the customers that come in the store, and I knew what generally sold. I had the numbers right in front of me, and I understood my clientele. But I worked for a corporation, and the corporation had all these higher ups in an office somewhere in another state that had never even been to my store. And they were always making decisions and basically tying my hands where it didn't matter what I wanted to do or what I thought was best. I still had to operate within these nonsensical ideas that were being sent down by a corporate office who had absolutely no idea what was going on. And so when my profits start, shrinking, guess who gets in trouble? Me and the lower level people. It's the same type of scenario that he's talking right there.
A few times where we've seen, and this is why I'm discussing it, Texas, and you see some other states actually back Texas saying, yeah, we're for you doing what it is that you got to do regardless of what the federal government is saying. And again, that's where the issue comes from, because they've monopolized it. And then if they're not doing their jobs as you feel let's say suited, or you feel like they're suited to do, they're supposed to do what they've said that they were going to do, well, you're the one that has to deal with the consequences. Who's better to deal with Texas's issues than Texas? Y'all know I'm pro decentralization all day long.
I told you.
So this is why it's good, because it's getting people in that line of thinking why. Okay? Just logically speaking.
So his overall point, and I like what his overall point is, and we'll leave it there. And again, if you guys want to go, that's Eric July, Young Rippa 59. You can go over and check out his channel if you want. But I kind of wanted to kind of get the point, and I see what the point he's trying to make is there, is that this is all about who's better to deal with the problems at your front door, the federal government or the locals. And of course, the answer is obvious. And I think that we're at the point where in the beginning phases, this is not going to go unchecked. This won't, it can't. We are at a breaking point in our country right now. There is a divide. There is certainly a divide. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean succession? What does that mean? I don't know. There's been a lot of conversations about that. But did you have on your bingo card for 2024, did you have this right here with all of these states allying with Texas against the dictatorship of the Biden administration? Did anybody have that on your bingo card for 2024? I didn't. I certainly didn't. I did not see us getting to a point where we were seeing this type of momentum and unification. And again, for those that are just tuning in, I will show you one more time the map, the layout that a lot of people have been sharing around. But right here, this is what we're looking at right now. 25 Republican governors just signed a joint letter in support of the Texas resistance. We're a few states away from being the majority at that point. Technically we're one, you know what I mean? But this is exactly. It's only January. Somebody said in the chat, it's only January. It's only January. This is going to get wild. And it all is centering around one individual man, and his name is Donald J. Trump. It's all centering around one man, and he has released his statement. And boy, oh boy, did he release his statement. And so we are at a point now where, why isn't Kentucky in this? Who else? I'd have to see the layout of, obviously, California, you can stay out of it. We don't need you, California. Even though we got friends in California, a bunch of people out there that are awesome. Salty Cracker, shout out to the Salty Army. But yeah, we all know that, like Gavin Newsom and the left-wing politicians out there. Is it a Democrat governor? Kentucky's a Democratic governor? Who's Kentucky's governor? Did Kentucky go blue? I didn't even know that. But yeah, I mean, looking at all of this and this map layout right now, like we are at a breaking point in this country. We are at a breaking point. Now, I know that you've got people that are just tuning in, so I'll show you this one more time. This is directly from the Biden White House. They have threatened Greg Abbott and Texas. Here we go.
Well, as it stands right now, you might be able to make out behind me, Texas's razor wire is still here inside of Shelby Park. It remains untouched. However, the Biden administration has now warned Texas it has until tomorrow to allow Biden's border agents back into Shelby Park and the ability to remove Texas's razor wire as it sees fit. A federal attorney writes to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Biden administration, ending a temporary restraining order that prohibited Biden's border agents from touching Texas razor wire in and around Shelby Park. The Biden administration goes into detail about the access it wants. It wants access to Shelby Park, also the nearby boat launch and the international bridge.
And so the question I have for the Biden administration is this: what are you going to do? What are you going to do when Texas doesn't back down? Because Texas has made it clear they're not backing down. What are you going to do? You're going to send cackling Kamala down there to laugh her way? You think anybody's going to take you seriously at that point? But the bigger question I have, and there is a bigger question here, what's really going on? And I wonder if they're trying to show incompetence of Biden. I wonder if to get rid of Joe Biden for the Democratic nominee for 2024, it's not going to be an easy decision, okay? It's not going to be an easy decision at all. It's going to be a very, very tough decision, and the way that they're going to try to manipulate that and twist that, you know what I mean? So how is that going to play out? And I think this has something to do with it. How have they let it get in? How are they first of all, understand something. Joe Biden didn't make any of the decisions that led us to this point. Let's get that clear right here, right now. If you think that Joe Biden had anything to do with any of these decisions, you have not been paying attention for the last 4 years. Joe Biden is not making these decisions. So whoever is making these decisions is making Joe Biden look worse and worse and worse by the day. And that's the thing that I'm trying to pay attention to, is what the hell is really going on here? And why are these decisions being made? Why are we reaching a point where it's clear that there is not a chance that Joe Biden beats Donald Trump? There's no chance. And they are actively destroying him even more. So what is going on? That is the question. That's what worries me right now. So the Biden administration is throwing out these threats. Again, my gut feeling, please be wrong. I've never wanted to be wrong more about anything than I am this. Please be wrong. I feel like they are making him look incompetent, and they're making him look, he already was. So I'm not saying that, they're showing, they're letting the American people get a peek behind the curtain. And the whole point is that President Biden, he's done a great job of unifying America, but it's clear that his time has passed, and it's time for him to be with his family. It's time for him to step away for the good of the party. And as you know, Governor Newsom has done a wonderful job in California. Yeah, that's okay. That's funny. Or, Big Mike's going to walk in, and Big Mike's going to come out there flexing and, showing off Big Mike's muscles. And I think that might be the more realistic possibility at this point in time. But that's meant to repair and reunify the Democratic Party and bring the American people back together. I hope I'm wrong. But unfortunately, I feel like a lot of this is happening to make the Biden administration look incredibly incompetent, and it's being led by him, even though he's not in charge and he's not making these decisions. I don't know. Maybe I'm off my rocker. Do you, all right, putting let's see. Do you agree with my concerns about Biden? All right, we're going to put a poll in the chat right here. Do you agree with my concerns about Biden? Yes or no? Let me know if you think that there's something, a little more sinister going on right now to kind of paint the picture that Biden needs to be removed, because that's what I worry about. And right now, let's see. Chat is very much in agreement with me at this point. We'll see how many votes we get. If you are tuning in, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 8,000 people are here right now. I was not planning on going live. My name is Jeremy D-Day Cobra. But I got a notification on Discord that TimCast pulled his stream down, and I've done this a few times already. This show literally exists because Tim Pool, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, Tim Pool disrespected his audience. That was my take on it back when it happened. And so I started this show as a meme, and I've kind of ran with it since then. I have made it less about Tim Pool and more about me and my opinions on the world of politics. But then you have things like this happen with Tim, and then suddenly he comes up with this tweet, which is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life, where he said, now again, according to what I've heard from people, Jesse Kelly was on and made a comment that would be considered a call for violence against literally the worst human filth on the planet, people that hurt children or target children. He was calling for them. That's the pieces of the puzzle that I put together from what the chat's telling me. So he said this, and I guess Tim panicked and took the show down. All right. So Tim panicked, took the show down, and this is his response right here. When I take a show off of YouTube and move it to timcast.com, it is because something was said that no platform allows, Rumble or X as well. Simulcasting doesn't solve the problem. However, we are working on a buffer dump button in the new studio. This is bullshit. This is 100% bullshit. Now, if you think, okay, I have really good connections with Rumble. Really good connections. If I have good connections, what do you think Tim has? Clearly, far better connections than I do. So Tim is trying to make you believe that if his guest said the same thing on Rumble that his guest said on YouTube, that Rumble would take him down. Are you fucking kidding me? Does anybody actually believe that? Tim's trying to make you think that Rumble is going to take his channel down. Rumble has Nick Fuentes on the fucking platform, I think. Rumble has Andrew Tate. But Tim's trying to convince you that if a guest makes a comment about people that hurt children and something bad that should happen to them in a more graphic way that I'm saying, he's trying to make you believe Rumble's going to take him down. Okay, get the fuck out of here with that. That is nonsense, dude. That is insane to me. So that's why we're live. That's why we're here, and I appreciate all of you being here. I hope you're enjoying the show. I do not consider myself anything remotely close to Tim at all. But I have memed on him very hard to grow this show, and I will not apologize for that at all. But look at you guys, man. All the members. We have 252 new members. There's 8,000 people watching, 3,000 likes, and I like to read the comments. And I like to read whether it's you know what? Let's read the regular chat for a few minutes. Even though we just got another 50, and then we got legalized adulthood, says Black Girl Magic. What's up? All right, who's here? The chat's moving really fast. let's see here. I know I showed you my back end. Who cares? Oh, I show my sexy back end off either way. So right there, we've made $957 in chat revenue. We've got 252 new members. And we have 3,400 likes. So there you go. I even show off the back end because we don't hide anything around here. We're thankful for each and every person that is here. We're thankful for your support. We don't try to, hide it or anything like that. We try to show you exactly what's going on. So there you go. But let me say hello to the chat. It's moving really fast. Nightkin says, nice, good to see you. Soulgeron says, Tim is good at grifting. Metalhead Forever says, Jeremy is gay. John Down says, is this dude based? You mean me? Am I based? I'm a Trump supporter. I think identity politics is cancer. I think Disney's Star Wars is a complete and total disaster. And I think that fence riding is bitch-made behavior. I think pronouns in your bio is a big red flag that you should probably be investigated. And I think that I was going to say something that probably get me in trouble. But with all the cool things about me, I do play Fortnite, which is pretty gay. All right. So I play a lot of Fortnite, and that's kind of gay. So, I guess you gotta take the good with the bad. So I'm a big fan of Fortnite. I'm a huge fan of Fortnite. And Nintendo. I'm a huge fan of Nintendo and Fortnite. All right. Jeremy Gay confirmed. The chat's moving so fast, man. I don't think I've ever seen my chat move this fast. Not even when I had 27,000 people watching when Elon Musk was interviewing Trump. The chat's moving way too fast. I can't even. Apex is better? No. I'm a Titanfall 2 guy, okay? I'm a Titanfall 2 guy. I don't like Apex Legends. I think it's a dollar store version of Titanfall. Titanfall 2 is the GOAT. I understand nobody bought it, nobody played it, but Titanfall 2 is one of the greatest games ever made, and I will die on that hill. Titanfall 2, one of the greatest games ever made, one of the most underappreciated games ever made. End of discussion. And for those that, if you do want to see, and the mods will drop the link here in just a second. But if you do want to see my gaming channel where I do play a lot of Fortnite, you can go to this channel right here, D-Day Cobra 199. As you see right here, the Trump thumbnails when I play Fortnite, that really. I got accused of view botting because I had the most viewers on YouTube for a Fortnite stream, and I had Trump in the thumbnail. And look, man, MAGA's taking over. All right, MAGA is taking over. MAGA's dominating music. MAGA's dominating video games. We're coming for movies next, baby. MAGA is taking over in 2024. You can't stop MAGA. You can't contain MAGA. You can try to arrest Trump. You can try to indict him. You can attack his family. You can raid Mar-a-Lago. You can do whatever you want, but you're not stopping the Trump train for 2024. MAGA is taking over. Trump is going to walk in there day one like Vincent Kennedy McMahon walking out of the Titantron with the grapefruits, and he is going to restore America. And that is the bottom line right there. So that's it. Legalized Adulthood says Fortnite is MAGA country. Hey, that's it, man. You know it. Yeah, even me and my boy Drew Hernandez, we play some Fortnite sometimes. So, all right. So I'm getting a recap here. I'm seeing what's going on. I can't believe this stream. I really can't believe this stream. Did you guys see the other day? And again, this bothered me. Now I did react to, oh my gosh, what is this? Do you guys want me to show you something kind of scary? Are you ready for something scary? Are you ready for something scary? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know what I'm about to watch. But this is from our boy Dom. We like Dom Luker. He's awesome. Dom is awesome. And this is a video of Michelle Obama.
Chicago is the place that made me who I am. It's the place that shaped me, developed my self-confidence, helped me discover my voice. There's an energy to this city that's like no other, an energy that lifts up, inspires, and nurtures.
I will say, there's no place like Chicago. Now, I haven't told this story publicly, okay? I haven't told this story publicly. It was a few years ago. Me and a couple of my friends, we were hanging out. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We're over by a Subway, you know. We were wearing our MAGA hats. And, you know, wait a minute. Legally, I probably shouldn't say anything. You know what? Forget that story. Let's hear from Big Mike about Chicago. Don't worry about my Chicago story.
I learned community here. I learned all the things I know about being human from this place, this city, this culture. But also, I know these girls, right? I know what they're going through. I know what it feels to be raised in communities where you know you're smart and you know you're special, because when you are, you're born with it and you know it.
You're born with it and you know it. Michelle Obama. You're born with it and you know it. What could she be referring to?
And that's why I couldn't be more thrilled to share that the Girls Opportunity Alliance is expanding our work right here in my favorite city. We're going to be funding 14 grassroots programs that are making a real difference in the lives of girls here in my hometown, from providing mentorship and leadership training, to empowering girls through sports and dance, to preparing them for a future career through work-study programs. These organizations are there for our girls each and every day in Woodlawn, South Shore, Washington Park, and so many other neighborhoods. These programs are breaking.
We are losing viewers. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. So we've lost like 1,000 people as soon as I started this show, this clip from Michelle or Mike or whoever. I can't do it. The chat's more important. I can't do it. It's over. Like, everybody left as soon as Big Mike showed up on the screen. It's so bad. Have you guys, I know there's a story about Vince McMahon going around, and it's pretty bad. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll probably cover that on Geeks and Gamers tomorrow morning. But the Vince McMahon story, pretty wild. Now, Carrie Lake did a big interview yesterday, and actually not even an interview. She did a live stream on Rumble. Now, I think everybody understands that there was this leaked audio that came out. The GOP person that was trying to bribe Carrie Lake, he resigned when he was exposed. He basically told Carrie Lake that, hey, there are very powerful people that don't want you to run for Senate. And as I said, with that particular comment, hey, if very powerful people don't want Carrie Lake to run for Senate, can you imagine what Donald Trump is dealing with? And she did a phenomenal live stream over on Rumble. And I talked about this. Carrie Lake is a real one. All right. She's 100% real. And very few politicians could actually, and I know it sounds simple, but very few politicians could sit in front of a camera with no notes and go live in front of thousands and thousands of people and take open questions without a script. Very few people can do that. Carrie Lake did that for about 45 minutes yesterday on Rumble. They were taking Rumble rants, which is the equivalent of super chats. They were taking all of that. And that was very impressive. I was really impressed with Carrie Lake. And I've always been a fan of Carrie Lake. And I think Carrie Lake, I've always said that I want her to be potentially Donald Trump's VP. I've been floating that idea for a while. I had Malcolm Flex on here earlier this week, and we were talking about that. And Malcolm Flex made a really good point about the VP. And this is something I've really been discussing a lot in terms of Trump's VP. And we've there's three prominent figures that we have for VP now. But Carrie Lake's the one that I've been kind of backing for the longest. But the point being is that I do understand the argument that, number one, she probably is more valuable in the Senate to try to help Trump and to try to help this country get back on track. She's probably better in the Senate. And then you have the Tucker Carlson situation. And Tucker Carlson, I think there's a strong argument to be made that he may be better suited to continue being the number one voice in independent media. And then that leaves us with Vivek. And Vivek seems to be the front runner for a lot of people. I don't know if it's Trump's front runner, but he seems to be the front runner for a lot of people. And even this chat, which, again, this chat has grown substantially, but this stream and this chat, you know, at first we were a little apprehensive with Vivek, and I'd been very vocal about that. But since he's dropped out of the race, I've kind of really started to like Vivek a lot more, because my whole argument with Vivek was you're still running against Donald Trump. At the end of the day, you're still running against Trump. But, you know, Vivek has actually done a lot of... He's changed a lot of people's perception of him. And so I guess now with this huge audience, we're gonna do the poll one more time. Trump's VP. Would you rather see Tucker, Vivek, or Kari Lake? Tucker, and you can vote. And we actually listen to what you say around here. You know what I mean? Kari Lake. There we go. All right, vote in the chat and tell me who you think, for the 7,000 people that are here, who do you want to see? Vivek has actually been winning these, and he's turned the tide, and he's turned the tide a lot. And people are really starting to like what he's saying. And if you look at the Nikki Hillary stuff, it does seem like he was kind of right on point about his concerns about Nikki Hillary and everything going on with that. So right here, okay, let's listen. And while we're looking at that, let's see. Vivek there was a conversation right here. So he was on with the Breakfast Club. Let's watch this really quickly while you guys are deciding. Let's watch this really quick.
Let's talk about just the project of uniting this country. And right now we have a major divide in this country. And at a certain point, we're going to have to look 360 degrees across the board and say, all right, we're all laying down arms. We're going to agree to be one nation. We're going to agree to disagree on the issues where we disagree most profoundly, to say that we are still going to be bound by a common set of principles as Americans. Take abortion, right? This is one where they say there's going to divide the country to a breaking point. I've stood for policy, and it's a mystery to me. I'm the only Republican who has advocated for this. I think it's a winner politically, but I think it's also the right thing to do. They say, okay, you can't find common ground on abortion. How about this one? Tell me, we got three guys here at the table. Let's talk from man to man on this. I think that if a woman brings a child to term...
This is what you fucking up at. You fucking up because it's three men, and you're saying you're having a conversation about women. You should be bringing the women to the table. This is why the shit you...
I'm so tired of people acting like they give a fuck. All right? So Charlamagne's sitting there just virtue signaling. You know what you would do if two women walked in that door and talked about how much they love Donald Trump? You'd ignore everything they were saying, Charlamagne. Don't act like you give a damn what women say. You only care what women say when they agree with you. You don't give a fuck about what women say. You only care about what women say when they agree with you. Such bullshit.
Talking about the founding fathers is some bullshit because you got a bunch of men, you got a bunch of white men trying to make policies for a bunch of diverse groups.
No. Most women here like what I'm about to say. Most men don't.
You got two women right there. Ask them.
We have actually, and we've had a conversation. I think you may be worried about what I'm about to say, which is that I think if a woman brings a child to term, she should be able to make the man financially responsible for both her and the child if she does it. Period. And that should be the law of the land.
That happens though.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen today. Not to the scale I'm talking about. Full
That's
financial.
What child support is.
It's you do 50-50. You got 40% for the man. I'm talking about 100%. So it's 2x over. He's fully responsible for the woman and fully responsible for the child.
She has to
because her responsibility. She took 9 months to actually bring the child to term. If it's confirmed with a genetic paternity test. So right now, today, 40 years ago,
he has full responsibility until the child's 18.
Absolutely, and full responsibility for the woman during that time.
I don't think that's bad.
I don't think it's bad either. Because I think that part of the criticism of Republicans is, oh, you're just throwing women under the bus. I say that's a fair criticism.
I disagree.
Let's actually take that seriously and say we're all in this together. If you believe that unborn life is life.
I think most women would agree with that. I think most women would say,
most women absolutely would agree with
paying
that.
for the child and for me. Yes.
Most women would agree with that, right? And that's not the state of
can't afford that.
But then men should think about that on the front end. That's the whole point, because women can't afford that either. That's the whole. This gets to the heart of the abortion
debate.
That's not a bad point. This gets to the heart of the abortion debate.
But what he's saying is, you should think about that on the front end.
Exactly.
Put your
That's the
condom
whole
on.
point.
Remember when Young Thug was like, "Yo, if you broke, shouldn't be having babies."
Yeah, but,
exactly.
But things happen that don't. But things happen that don't work
this.
out. If you think it's going to work out, and it obviously doesn't now, a man
if
that's
it's
making
confirmed by
$40,000 a year, you want him to pay for the woman and the child?
That's not the wildest thing I've heard you say.
Because she's actually got 9 months of carrying the child. So this is when I'm talking back about the project of uniting the country. I don't know if that's a Republican idea, Democratic idea, or whatever. But right now, one of the criticisms is, and one of the things I believe as a leader, you talked about being.
I saw somebody say it. I was planning on it too. That's why I ended the poll now. I'm gonna do the vote after this.
A leader, what does a leader do? One of the things a leader does is listen to the best arguments for the other side, understand them deeply, and then give the best possible response to that you can. I had an 11th grade teacher. She taught me, if you can't state the best argument for the other side, you don't know what you actually believe yourself. And I think that that's true. And here on this question, the best argument for the other side is, how are you only putting this responsibility on women to say, okay, you stand for life and all of that, but how come that only falls on the woman? My answer is it shouldn't. So nature has made a decision, and some people will be offended at us saying this, but
child support is kicking a lot of men's ass.
Only women have children. Okay, I believe that's a biological fact. Some people may disagree with that. But if you have 2 X chromosomes, you have children. But we're going to do everything we can to even that responsibility.
Oh, shit, it's a lot closer now. Vivek's still winning, though. Vivek's still winning.
Out by saying that if the man is making a sexual decision, it's not just the woman that's responsible for that. The man actually pays for the woman and the child for the next 18 years.
I'm not mad at that.
See, let's see, and he's getting a lot of kickback, and I watched this earlier. Charlemagne drives me crazy. Charlemagne just is a clown. It will be Noam or Huckabee. A lot of people think it's going to be Huckabee Sanders. A lot of people seem to think that. Man, Vivek's still winning. Okay, all right. That's pretty interesting. I was wondering. I was like, all right, are they gonna flip on that one or not? And look, it is one take. I'm not a one take person like on people I support. It really, well, I mean, I am in terms of if you support Trump or not, I'm going to support you. You know what I mean? That's kind of my one line in the sand when it comes to that. But it was a very interesting take that he had. And I was like, where is he going with this? I don't really know where he's going with this. Look, man, there's I think Dave Chappelle on his stand-up, and I wish I could pull Dave Chappelle's comments up where he kind of baited the audience in to start cheering for him. And then he kind of twisted it around with, talking about how the man wouldn't have any connections or responsibility or wouldn't pay for anything like that. Because I can't remember specifically what it was. It was that the man should have the choice to not have the financial obligation. Is that what it was? And people started booing. It's a slippery slope. It's a very slippery slope for sure. Vivek's still winning, by the way. Vivek still winning this poll. Okay. I think I need to pull Discord up really quickly. Because I think Krista is in Discord. Everyone want to say hello to Krista. It's probably going to pull it up over my camera. It is. So right there. Okay. All right. So we're going to join in. Okay. Hello, team. Are you here? Can you guys?
Hello.
All right. What's up, Krista Nova?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
All right. So we got a big audience here, Krista.
Yeah, shout out to the 199. Good to see you guys.
Are you keeping up with super chats?
I am now.
How
yes.
far behind are you?
Behind.
Are you? Okay. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy night. But we got Disco Cobra for 50. Says, so is Tim Pool going to keep doing stuff like this? Seems like he just wants people to go to his website. Either way, it's weird. I mean, I honestly think that he probably will keep doing stuff like this. Sadly enough, I do. I think, and again, he's going to look at the numbers, and if he benefits every time he does this, yes, he will continue to do it. What I would say is someone that benefits every time he does it as well, I would encourage Tim to keep doing it. Please continue to do this, Tim, because it helps me. a lot. And I know that I'm going to, the audience will always at least appreciate my authenticity with them, because that's really all I can offer. I can't offer much else. Can't offer good looks. I can't offer valuable insight, but I can offer authenticity. So there you go. Martin Molina for $50 says, Jeremy, I quit retail after 10 years last year, working in the oil field now. I have never been happier. Hearing your stories about retail inspired me. I worked at a grocery store and witnessed how stressed all the managers were because of corporate. Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, retail, listen, you know, I miss working retail at times, like when I go into a store and I think about like all the memories I had of, like, you know, the stock crew, or working in the dairy department, or working in produce, or, you know, all the things that, you know, went with it. But I would, you know, it is long term, it's miserable, and it truly does make you hate people. Like you really learn to hate people when you work retail, because my goodness, man, you really don't understand how bad people are until you work retail. But I do think that, like, for me, I'm in my 40s, and I'm really glad that I was able to kind of see somewhat like low tier success on the internet, like after I worked real jobs and went through the ups and downs of having a real job. Because I see a lot of these young kind of TikTok kids or these video game streamers, and they feel like they're stressed out when they have they play video games all day long, and they claim that they have a stressful life. No, you don't. You literally don't. The problem is you've never actually dealt with any real stress in your life, because you're 22 and you have like thousands of people watching you play a video game. And I think people, like, it helps you when you go through a real job and you have to go through the ups and downs of a real job, and then you become successful later. It kind of helps develop you. You know what I mean? Legalize Adulthood says Fortnite is MAGA country. What's up, Legalize Adulthood? John Kennedy says, for 10, says, I fear a Kent State situation tomorrow. Hope it doesn't happen. This is beyond civil war. It's good versus evil. Jeremy, you are appreciated, and keep up the good work. Hail the 199-63-215 Trump 2024-2028. Never know. Linko Kanoe for 10 says, what's up, Jeremy? My father is watching you right now. I told him about your channel. Hail the 199. See you next Saturday. Well, thank you, Linko Kanoe, and hello to your father. I hope you're enjoying the show. I appreciate you. You got an awesome son, and I'm looking forward to hanging out next Saturday at MegaCon. Again, MegaCon Orlando, Geeks and Gamers. Friday Night Tights, Rippaverse. We are all going to be there at MegaCon. We have a panel. We're doing a fan meetup afterwards at City Walk Universal. And it's going to be a great, great time. We're going to have merch there. We're going to have the whole crew there. I can't wait to see all of you. Going to be great. Leighton Hallman says, this seems like the plan. One, U.S. forces are sent all over the world. Two, Trump and other top, let's see, the top people get the JFK treatment by the FBI, CIA. They will claim white Christians, Nazis, part 1. Yes, that is true. We do have a lot of our armed forces kind of spread out right now. I didn't even think about that perspective. I didn't think about that at all. All right, and again, we are live on Rumble. We have 500 people watching on Rumble. So did we break 10,000 total viewers tonight? We had to come close. We had to come close to 10,000 at one point concurrent. That's amazing. Holy crap. Let me see. Oh, so you got part, let's see. Can you find part 2 to that one from Leighton, Krista? Because I don't see it. I see part 1 and part 3.
No, that's not part 3. It's part 2.
Oh, part 2. Here it is. Part 2. Big Mike steps in to save us and takes the Yahtzee's guns by asking UN CHICOM troops to help restore order. Yeah, I know, man. It is. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm telling you, something's going to happen, and it's going to be ugly. And I've talked about this many times in terms of the Hail Mary aspect of it. I'm a sports fan. I'm sure many of you watch sports. What happens late in the game when the opposing team, especially the team that's favored, but let's just say the opposing team is down by 10 with 2 minutes to go? What do they start doing? They start panicking and they start playing far more aggressive. And let's say it gets down to where they're down by 6, okay? And they're on their own, 12-yard line, and there's 13 seconds to go, and they got no timeouts. What happens? You back up and you throw a Hail Mary. That's what the Democrats are going to do as we progress into 2024. They're going to throw a Hail Mary because nothing has worked. They've indicted Trump multiple times. They've raided Mar-a-Lago. They've arrested January 6th people. They've arrested journalists. They've done everything in their power to stop MAGA, to slow it down. They tried to put DeSantis out there, and they felt like DeSantis, my opinion, is that they thought DeSantis had the juice. They did. Shout out to that great movie with Tupac. But they thought DeSantis had the juice. They were like, yo, you got the juice, dog. But he didn't. He was a big fish in a small pond. Ron DeSantis was a big fish in a small pond. I said that over and over again. You can be a big fish in a small pond, but you are not going to compete with Donald J. Trump nationally. You were never going to do it. So they had this idea that the indictments against Trump are going to hurt Trump. DeSantis is polling even with Trump. And as soon as the indictments drop, DeSantis is going to elevate over Trump. And we're going to have our rhino in chief right there. That fell apart. Then the indictments happened, and it just made him go up even more and more and more and more. Everything they've thrown at him has not worked. Everything. So we're going to get another Hail Mary attempt. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to get ugly as hell. That is the truth, sadly enough. So Socrates Magos says, for 5, says, Tim has done this many times in the past, both to avoid losing YouTube money and to stir drama. It does come off very disingenuous, and I just don't understand why. I don't. You send your audience into a frenzy. You send them, they act confused, everybody's confused. And again, I think that over time, people are going to get fed up with that. I mean, look, tomorrow night, Tim's going to go live. Tim's going to have 40, 50,000 people watching him. He just will. That's the truth of the matter. And that's okay. But over time, man, they're there because it's a good show and it's good information. But over the course of time, when the audience loses their trust in you, those are things that are really tough to make up. It's tough to make up. Kratos says, Tim is a coward. I prefer your show anyway. I'm in Arkansas. No doubt we stand with Texas. This is the moment the states say enough is enough. Trump 2024. Thank you so much. JB24 says, war doesn't start with a gunshot. War starts psychologically. I'd say we've been psychologically manipulated in some form for a while. You're not wrong. Steel Tote says, I was watching TimCast the stream when it got cut off. I was thinking, this is it. Here we go again. Here we go again. Let's see. Steel Tote says, that was 2 of them right there. Tim pulls gay music for $2. Almighty mice. Thanks to that Joseph Sasser fella for the gift. Yeah, a lot of gifted memberships. Legalize Adulthood dropped 20 gifted memberships. Joseph dropped 5 gifted memberships. I see you, Dara Muth. I see you on Rumble. Let's see. I want to go through these gifted memberships real quick. Lawrence Boswell becomes a member of the Snake Pit. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier gifting a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Man, you guys, amazing. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with more gifted memberships. Lover of Green with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, guys. Amazing. All right, back up here to, let me see. Le Chevalier says, could they provoke Texas to invoke martial law? I mean, I don't want to speculate on that. I might try. I'll see if our buddy Robert Barnes is available. I'll see if Robert Barnes is available to come on tomorrow night. We'll see if Robert Barnes is available. I don't know if he's available, but if I could get Robert Barnes on tomorrow, That would be good. So, and I'd love to talk to Robert Barnes about all of this. So we'll see. I'll hit up Robert tomorrow, and we'll check it out and see what he has to say about it. Zenny Biscuit says, Cody's wish is the 2023 Horse of the Year. Woohoo! My voice almost gone. Woohoo! I can't even do it. R.I.P. Cody Dorman. Thank you, Zenny Biscuit. Sorry to hear about that. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier. Welcome new members and viewers. Hail the 199. Yes, if you are new here, you probably have no idea what the 199 is. It's just a meme that really has taken a life of its own, and it's not going away. Someone came in our chat. If you go to my Twitter account at @DDayCobra, it's my pinned post, but someone came in our chat and was complaining to us about Star Wars Celebration. They meant to say that it's been around since, 1999, but they accidentally typed 199. And so the chat basically just took it and they said, we are the 199. We are the 199. Now we have merch. It's who we are. It's what we're known as. It's never going away. It's the greatest thing that's ever been created. Because we like to laugh at ourselves around here. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We know when it's time to talk serious, but we also know that memes make the internet go round and round. So we try to have fun, and that's where the 199 came from, and it's never going away, baby. That's right, Raptors, 199 CobraCast Street, Dub City, USA, baby. Mondo Burger says, I bet Tim had negotiations with Rumble that fell through and won't stream there without some kind of deal. And if that's the case, I get it. I mean, at the end of the day, I have an ongoing negotiation with Rumble right now, and it's been going on for months. Ultimately, how many people are on Rumble right now? There are 523 people watching right now on Rumble. If those 523 people would rather watch on Rumble than YouTube, who am I to tell them no? I'm not. Like, if the audience wants to watch me there, like, yeah, we've been on like Odyssey, and there was like 7 people watching us on Odyssey, and I was like, okay, it's hard to justify it, but 7 people considering all, because it's just it's a lot to keep up with and set up. But like, if people are over there, and Tim would have a massive audience on Rumble, we have a massive audience, and so at the end of the day, I'm no matter if I get a deal with Rumble or not, I'm going to stream on Rumble because I believe in the platform. I like what they're doing. I like what they're offering, and people want to support us on Rumble. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stream on Rumble. Bird Up says MAGA is takeover. Hell yes. Boy, oh boy. I'm saying this name carefully because the last time, well, not the last time, but the one time I said this name, I slipped up and, I said a gamer word. Munchie Ninja. Not to be confused with another N-word. Munchie Ninja. Vince is kind of sensitive. Vince is a kind of sensitive topic lately. Yes, Vince McMahon. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to kind of get into. Celluloid Dream says Big Mike has a big caucus. Your Barmy says as all up on Big Mike. Dr. Kaladin says, I knew you were 2 buff black dudes hidden in a Jeremy body. Justice for Juicy. Get Woke Go Broke says, I found it funny Charlemagne sticking up for women, yet he settled out of court on grape charges. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. Casey Gregor says, well, I just revoked my support for Vivek. That fucking psychotic. The man does pay if paternity is proven. This is stupid. Yeah, that wasn't a good take, man. David Thomas for 2. Thank you so much. Bird Up says, what about Tim Scott for VP? I like Tim Scott. I don't think Tim Scott is VP material, just like I don't think, he's got more charisma than, someone like Ben Carson. And I love Ben Carson. I think Ben Carson is awesome. But I think that Trump's VP needs to be someone that has real authority. And I think Tucker has real authority. I think Byron Donalds has real authority. And I think that Vivek has real authority. I don't think Tim Scott Tim Scott, I like Tim Scott a lot. I don't think him or Ben Carson have that authority. And I think, Donalds, Vivek, Tucker, and Kerry all have authority. So Trump's hair wig says, I just got away. What's up, man? All right. Rumble. Daramuth says, shout out to Vegas Girl 702 because I asked and she answered. And the Daramuth says, over 600 on Rumble, making a new record every time. So we hit 600 on Rumble. That's amazing, man. That's awesome. Love you guys over on Rumble. I'm about to lose my voice. Daramuth says, General Duality gets a shout out because I am the captain now. Johnny the Wiz Kid says, I'm Texan too, and I personally feel Greg Abbott is the best governor we have so far. For all I am concerned, he may as well be the current president for standing up for us. Fuck Joe Biden. Yeah, I got a text from Stuttering Craig while I was live, and he was just telling me how proud he is of his state of Texas right now, and all of you Texans should be. Let's see. Johnny the Whiz Kid says, I had an Inclusion 101 class at work today. They didn't teach any CRT or to hate America, but it did talk about DEI stuff. I have pictures of the booklet posted on Discord if you want to talk about it. Wow, that's crazy. I'll have to check that out. PJ says, if America gets into a full-blown war, civil or foreign, there will be no election. That is probably the goal. R Burger 2 says, I pity the dim fool. Darla Moose says, say hello to us, gay man. I'm giving you twos like it's stripper night in New York City. Dance, monkey, dance. Myoclonic jerk, Carrie Lake would be best VP. Show people what a competent woman VP that didn't blow her way to the top looks like. Make Kamala look like trash. Well, Kamala doesn't have a lot. She doesn't need a lot of help to look like trash, but I hear what you're saying. Daramuth says, hell yeah, you do probably look gay, Jeremy. We are Rumble and we are awesome. And then Daramuth says, Ron had no juice. He had the swamp water. You better, Jeremy. I got your internet shut down. I don't want to go hog ham on that. Try again, LOL. Bimo Beta says, Tim proved that he is hiding a vagina under the beanie. Get wrecked, bitch cast. Hail the 199. Daramu says, Jeremy, this is MAGA country. I'm not going to confirm or deny if I said that, but I mean, you know, my attorneys messaged me. They're like, hey, don't tell them about hanging out in Chicago with MAGA hats at a Subway. I'm like, oh, my bad. Lone Wolf says, Newsom, Obama, 90% of Dems just had an orgasm. Scary stuff. Scary stuff indeed. Forgotten Pepe says, this chat is bananas. This is probably the fastest I've ever seen a chat on my stream. It's the fastest I think I've ever seen a chat. Zalisha says, can we get Jay's opinion on this? Jay was playing Sea of Thieves earlier, so I don't know if Jay's around. Xanaximus for $100. Yo, Jeremy. That's a MAGA red bomb. Yo, Jeremy, I hope you're doing well tonight. Wanted to shout out a game announced recently. For anyone who enjoyed Mega Man Zero games on Game Boy Advance, look up a game called Berserk Boy. Very obviously inspired, but looks like it could be a great platformer. 199. Dude, that sounds cool. If it's anything inspired by Mega Man, that sounds awesome. Mega Man games are legendary. Again, if you guys don't know, so I know a lot of people are here for the political stuff. Like, I am the creator of geeksandgamers.com. We have a YouTube channel, Geeks and Gamers, over 300,000 subscribers. I also have my gaming channel, D-Day Cobra 199. I would be, I'm in the nerd world. I'm in the sports world. I'm in the political world. I'm in the gaming world. We have Friday Night Tights, which is the biggest entertainment show in our little sphere of the internet, which happens on Nerdrotics channel. I'm everywhere, but so this is why we focus mainly on politics on this channel, and then we have specific channels for all the different stuff. But that sounds cool, Xanaximus. That sounds awesome. Let's see, and thank you for that MAGA red bomb. Insane. Zalisha. Oh yeah, that was. Can we get Jay's opinion? What's Cam?
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, what's up?
We have like a 50, I think you missed.
Okay, where's it at?
On the shape you go on the side.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, I don't see a 50. I see some 20s and 10s. Oh, there we go. Oh, let's say Sadakar, 7th Legion. You've been around for a long time. For 50. Says, Hey, mate, followed you. There you go. Followed you for so many years. Best thing I've ever seen. You and Gary meeting on live stream was amazing. So anyway, Biden has not just destabilized USA. He has destabilized the world. You have to remember, we all rely on the USA from Scotland. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's kind of like, again, for many, you know what? Many of you probably have never seen this. So I'm going to show many of you this. Some of people that have watched this show for a while have seen this, but this is what we need. This is what we want. This is what we have to have. Okay.
I have been
right here. Some of the people that have been watching already know what's about to happen. This is what we need in office again. We need leadership. We need strong leadership to set the tone for the world right here. 6'3", 215 pounds, alpha male.
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations. But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. And many of these nations owe massive amounts of money from past years and not paying in those past years. Over the last 8 years, the United States spent more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. If all NATO members had spent just 2% of their GDP on defense last year, we would have had another $119 billion for our collective defense and for the financing of additional NATO reserves.
I love how scared they all look. They look so scared and pissed at the same time because they're not used to a president of the United States actually thinking about America first. That's all it comes down to. They're just not used to that. And that's why they hate him. That's why they hate President Trump. That's why they don't want him in office. They don't want him anywhere near, having the power or the influence that he had. And too bad, because MAGA is coming. And MAGA ain't being stopped. 2024, November, MAGA taking over, baby. Legalize Adulthood says Fortnite is MAGA country. I got that one earlier. And thank you, Legalize Adulthood, for all of your support, as always. Immortal Sin says, check out our song Liberty Rising. We the people are rising and we are taking the power back. That is Immortal Sin, SYNN. Thank you for the $20. Mike H says Ukraine was Russia's red line. China said Taiwan is the red line during U.S. meetings. Troop movements and personnel in Southeast Asia. The amounts being seen by people on the ground are not normal. Combat vet. Very well said. Very well said. All right. And let's see where we are. Renee's Ramblings. Glad to see you posted a video and was taking a break from this. Was taking a break from this channel. Then you went live, and I said to spam hashtag Team Mods. Hell yes, I did. Like I was gonna go live when I made that video. And then I decided I'm just gonna make the video. The video now has 103,000 views in how long? 3 hours. It took 3 hours and it's got 100,000 views. So I made a good decision. Okay. I made a good decision to upload that video. I'm glad I did. And then Tim helped me out tonight, considering he abandoned his whole audience. So I decided to go live. Pinkman says, Tim Pool looks like George Costanza from Seinfeld without his beanie. Froman. Welcome to the Snake Pit. 5 months. Legalize Adulthood. 20 get the memberships. Joseph 5 get the memberships. Captain J6. Hard to believe that this has been going for almost a year. The Snake Pit has established itself now, and we are here to stay. Hail to the Snake Pit. It has been going. when is the date of the first CobraCast? When is the date of the first CobraCast? I'm curious about that. Jeremy Bayless, welcome to the Snake Pit. Elsa Barrett, God bless Texas. We've talked about this before, but I think it's like late February or early March. Jack City Boy says he said that the Border Patrol was human traffickers, and the guest said, "I don't care. I don't care if the human traffickers are thrown from a helicopter." So that was what was said, that he had to eliminate the whole stream and not restart it. It's bullshit. Christopher, welcome to the Snake Pit. It's me, 13 months. I'm always here. Hail the Snake Pit and the 199. Thank you. Raphael says, bro, I listen to you every time you go live, but talk about some topics, please. Well, I didn't have anything on the docket for tonight because I was just going live because Tim wasn't there, but I hear you, man. It's a valid criticism. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier, gifting a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Kenny Justice, insane. Snake Pit is the best. 10 months. Thanks a lot, folks. Hail chat, and Trump 2024 is the only way. Jeremy, I hope you come back to Houston again. I enjoyed my time in Houston. Marquad says, off topic, MSNBC Soros has called for Valve to ban Alex Jones' game, NWO Wars. How many games do you think this will sell? I mean, so is it still on Steam? Hopefully, I didn't know it was still on Steam. I'm gonna go buy it on. I'm buying it on Steam right now. I'm signing into my Steam right now, and I'm gonna buy it. So hang on just a minute. Let me pull up Steam.
February 10th was the first CobraCast, by the way.
February 10th was the first CobraCast. Look at that. That's wild. Okay, here we go. All right, let me go to Steam library. Let me type up NWO Wars really quick. Store. Okay. Why do you want to verify my login information? Let's see. Continue. All right. Well, it's apparently it's wanting me to verify something. So my PayPal account. Okay. Here we go. All right, I will. It's wanting me to sign in to something. I will be buying NWO Wars on Steam as soon as the stream ends. I've got to verify some information. I just bought Pal World. I don't know why it's kicking me out on that. Johnny David says, "Happy Australia Day to all." Hell yeah, thank you, Johnny David. Sensei Sharkbait, thoughts on the J6 conspiracy? Hard to ignore. Maybe something to it. I mean, specifically, what do you mean? There's a lot of different elements that we could go down that path on. But at the end of the day, regardless of what the initial thoughts were on January 6th, if you have any common sense whatsoever and you've seen all the evidence that's happened now, it's clear that all of those people were, like, even if they were being really careless and not really thinking, they were trapped. It was all a setup. Like, even if you're like, just because you're like, you still, yes, some people should have been paying a little better attention to the situation, but all the evidence we have seen now, it's clear as day what the point was. It's clear as day. So, John Kennedy says, just do CobraCast for you playing NWO Wars. I will. Darmouth says, it was meant for you to say, this is MAGA country, LOL. Darmouth says, for all you Rumble, on Rumble, if you wouldn't mind giving Gay Jeremy a like, follow, and a monthly subscribe, either or all three. Let's go Rumble. Let's get Rumble's attention for D-Day Cobra. So the and thank you so much, Darmuth. So the negotiations for Rumble is on the Geeks and Gamers side, because honestly, like, Rumble's really competitive on the political side. And I'm not even on the radar probably on that, because you have so many people over there. But on the gaming and the nerd side and all of that and sports, they definitely are, there's not a ton of competition over there. We're the biggest, I think Geeks and Gamers might be the biggest non-political channel over there. I mean, if you want to say the quartering, maybe Ricada, because obviously Ricada is more of a, the attorney side of things. But like on the geek side of things, I think Geeks and Gamers is among the biggest over there. Dara Move says, can you get Krista to do her man voice and say, where is my gamer juice at? LOL. Krista?
Where is my gamer juice at?
Whew, very weird, very weird. Tex Master, it's nice to see the Abbott family found his, the Abbott finally found his balls, but never forget, he is the John McCain of Texas. Hail the fig-tastic leader, Jeremy. Hail the 199. Thank you. Let's see. Marquand says, they know you're buying that game. Probably. That's probably it, too. Hayden Wayne for 50. Says the first CobraCast was the same day as the Sidney Watson filed a lawsuit against Elijah Schaefer and the Blaze. Not sure what day it was, but there's a reference, so people should be able to find out the date on that. I'm doing my part. I think we should probably react to the first CobraCast on the anniversary of CobraCast. I don't know if we'll do the whole thing, but we'll probably react to some of it at least. And it's changed. It's changed my life, this show, and it's all because of you guys. It's been absolutely incredible. Wow, unbelievable. Krista, are we caught up on that? On all that?
We are.
So we are still at 5,000 viewers. Good Lord, man. That's amazing. Now, for those that are new to the show, I had this rule when CobraCast first started. We were going to have, at 1,000 likes, we were going to show the sexy back end. I have a sexy back end, all right? Maybe one of the sexiest back ends on YouTube. That was always kind of this rule. And I'm probably going to have to bump that up to 2,000 likes, but we're still at the 1,000 likes for now. But we are clearly well over that threshold. So the whole point of this is to not brag or anything like that. It's just be transparent and to show you guys that I really appreciate your support. Your support means the world. I also do not monetize these streams. I turn monetization off. I do not leave monetization on even after the fact because you guys do so much to support me on the live stream. So for the replay crew, I don't want them to be bogged down with ads or anything like that. So I never monetize the streams. I've probably missed out on a lot of money from that perspective, but at the end of the day, if the people are happy and if they're enjoying the show, that's really what's the most important aspect of it. So with that said, we're about to show the sexy back end, and let's just say it's pretty damn sexy tonight. Here we go. Bam! 5,000 concurrent viewers still, not to mention the 560 that are still on Rumble, $1,300 in chat revenue, 261 new members. Jeez, that's incredible, man. That is incredible. So thank you. Amazing. Humbled beyond belief. And I don't know what to say other than thank you. For the new people that are here, I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you are interested, I do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, CobraCast. Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes I'll do like an emergency CobraCast to kind of react to something with maybe Trump is doing a rally or there's something big news related. This Tuesday, I'm going to have George the Giant Slayer on with me, and we're going to talk politics. 2024 is going to be a wild year, so we're going to be covering everything going on. Bringing guests on occasionally, but I don't like to rely on guests that much here because all of the other shows that I'm a part of, we have a ton of guests on those. So I try to keep this show pretty centric on me for the most part. But I will be on Friday Night Tights tomorrow over on Nerdrotic's channel. He's closing in on 1 million subscribers. That's my brother. And Friday Night Tights is a huge entertainment show. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check that out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my D-Day Cobra 199 channel. I did change the name. It was Cobra 199, but I can't get the @ for Cobra 199, so I've changed it to D-Day Cobra 199. This is where I play video games. Probably not going to have a gaming stream tonight, but if you guys are interested to subscribe to that for future gaming streams, you can do that, and it would be awesome to have you over there. So thank you all. So you want me to have Jesse Kelly on? I'd have Jesse Kelly on. I don't know Jesse Kelly, and he probably doesn't know me. But that would be pretty funny if I could get Jesse Kelly on. That would be funny. That would be funny.
Jeremy, we have a bunch of people asking about the backpacks when they're going to get shipped out.
Backpacks are shipping out this Monday, is what I was told by Suresh and 221B. So the 199 backpacks will be shipping out this Monday. That's what I was told. So let's see. And it's Salty. We can get Salty back on here. That would be great as well. I see we got a few more super chats. Where are we at? Let's see. Let's see. You're from Bangalore, India. Trump 2024 in India. He is the second most beloved political figure after Prime Minister Modi. Sad to see the draconian Dems witch hunt. Love from India. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Annie Rudy. I'm not even going to try, but I appreciate that. And for giving, like, directly from India, you're telling us that President Trump is beloved over there. And I love hearing that because President Trump is beloved worldwide. He really is. He's the most popular person in the world. There's no other person that is as popular as President Trump. I'm not saying that every area he's the most popular person, but I'm just saying, like, overall, he's the most popular person in the world. And yeah, he did visit India. That's right. I remember that. Let's see. Sadakar says, for Eric K, always there, always encouraging, always Eric K. Also, I want you to say Braveheart so I can clip for future reference. We were there. Hey, man, there you go. We were there. I haven't seen Braveheart in 20 years, man. I actually would love to watch Braveheart again. So, Philip, what's up, Philip? Egro! Is there any entrance fee for the sexy back end? No, not at all. Not at all. With the 420. Let's see. East Coast Toasted Boy says, better question. Is there an entrance to the sexy back end? And now it's getting weird. Now it's getting weird. Trump Hair Wig says, I'm free. And with that, we are ending it. All right. We are ending it. And I appreciate it. What an amazing stream. And I'll end it on Sabaton for the new viewers. All right. We'll end it. Normally, emergency CobraCast, we don't do intros or outros, but we're going to end it for the Sabaton for the new people. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the new subscribers and new viewers. We appreciate you. You're the best. Oh, Black Tailgate says, I never read a super chat. Do you have one for Black Tailgate, Krista? You see, I'm always reading the chat. Okay. Always reading the chat. I'm looking for it right now, Black Tailgate.
Yeah, I got here late.
Okay.
So.
Black Tailgate. Looking for it now. Help me out, Eric. And if you, no.
With these emergency CobraCasts, you never know when Jeremy's gonna go live.
It is very true. I'm going through there right now, Black Tailgate. I'm going through every super chat. No super chat left behind if I can find it. If it went through, there's my 50 gifted memberships I dropped. There's Kevin's 50 gifted memberships. Black Tailgate. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Was it earlier in the show? Oh, here it is. Black Tailgate for 5. Says, maybe I can convey Tim's explanation in Discord. My last super chat wouldn't be approved. Oh, okay, I got you. So, and then is there another one? There's Lower Lips Liquor. Hail the Lone Star Rebellion. There we go. And I think Greg Kirby says Jeremy Trump wins. Hashtag Fat Fanny is done her case. Yeah, I saw there was some stuff about that. Keck Lord says the guest went off the tracks with the Violin's word. Joseph. Oh, so here's some of the stuff that Krista missed. So Joseph with 5 gifted memberships. Sleazy says, can I shout out my channel, Sleazy Society? Well, you just did. There you go. Stuart H, member message. Thank you. Ghost Crusaders. Tim is such a wuss. I'm so sick and tired of him acting like a freaking coward. Pathetic. Free speech, my rear. Let's see. Dr. Kaladin says, not really sure if it was against TOS. I tweeted the video, though. Tagged you. Hail. Thank you. John with the American flags. Dom H with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. GB says, Tim picked a fight with his guest and made him say something he shouldn't have. So if somebody does have the video clip, tag me on Twitter at DDayCobra. I would love to see the clip to get further context, and we'll talk about it tomorrow on Friday night's CobraCast. Munchie Ninja. Guess he's scared that Civil War comments are becoming true. Malarkey. I got that one. Lance Finn, 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Zenny Biscuit says, give me a minute. Horse racing awards are on. No worries. Gerald Armstrong. Did you hear the story about Vince McMahon trafficking and doing another essay? I heard that he was using adult toys and naming them after his wrestlers. The Vince story's pretty wild, and I'm gonna have to look into that one before I speak on it, but it's pretty wild. So, okay, there we go. Now we're and I appreciate you. Amazing stream tonight. Has my camera died again? Of course, my camera died again. Good lie. As the stream ends, I told you I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, I told you I'm not good at this. But you know what? We're going to end it with Sabaton. I love you all. Have a great night. And we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say I tweeted this out. Amazing record-breaking show on YouTube and Rumble tonight. So thank you guys so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Amazing stuff. Have a great night. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night Tights for Geeks and Gamers Daily. Well, so Geeks and Gamers Daily will come first over on the Geeks and Gamers channel. Then we have Friday Night Tights on Nerdrotics channel. Then we have CobraCast here on this channel. And we got a lot to talk about. Love you all. Have a great night. And we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.